Hi there, it's Guy, and I'm not driving, so that's why I'm looking at the camera. I just wanted to share a few words about the sustainability of love. We often talk about sustainability in relationship to the earth and to life and protecting all things, and really looking at what love looks like as a sustainable experience. I sense that a lot of us, myself included, have had these experiences of bouncing in and out of love. So it's like in a deep space of love and then in a sort of dry space. So the fountain is flowing and then the well is empty. And then this oscillation between abundance and emptiness, fullness and nothingness. And just asking this curious question, what would it be like to be in a more sustainable flow? How is that possible? How could we support that being more available for us and all people and existence? So then comes the question of looking at what stops the sustainable flow. What is it that actually blocks the movement of love's free-flowing expression, communion? And something that rises, quite clearly, is judgment blocks this. Pride blocks this. Resistance blocks this. Fear blocks this. When we allow ourselves to get into those states of contortion or constriction, contraction. So love is moving, and then this emotion, this pain body experience arises, and we swing our focus all the way over there, and we lose contact with this flowing river of grace and love and beauty and connection, and move into that isolated moment of separation, pain body, wounding. What's very possible is that when these energies rise, we can bring them right in. We bring them right back in home, right back into the river, and allow them to flow with this continuity of love. There's no reason why we need to separate out with anything. But even in the presence of judgment, we bring judgment back into the river and let it dissolve and flow through there. We bring fear into the river, it flows and dissolves through there. So the first important thing I feel to recognize and to make obvious is that we are love. This is our foundation. And not love as an idea, as imagination, as a hope or a prayer, but we're love as a fundamental existence. Love being, love being wisdom, love being presence, love being the purity of aliveness. So allowing ourselves to start from that place is that we are already love. This takes away the hunger and the seeking and the desperation and the need for looking for love over there, for looking for love from somebody else or somewhere else. It's kind of chasing after love somewhere away from here. It creates such a lot of stress and tension, and ultimately powerlessness and helplessness, because we're expecting the other to give to us. We're expecting the other to fulfill us, to meet our needs and expectations. And it's very, very powerful when we flip this around and we sort of train ourselves to say, I am meeting my needs, I am meeting my expectations, I am seeing myself. It's like to really take full ownership for our own experience and just resting into our own presence. Developing a lot of self-love, self-compassion, cultivating this awareness, this perpetual state of opening towards ourselves. And as we create more opening and less resistance, less judgment, less fear, so this opening begins to unflower and express. It becomes more radiant. So our field of love, our presence of love becomes more available for the people around us. And people can feel it and sense it, and this feeling and sensing helps resonate into their system to remind them to activate that inside themselves. So our very presence of love is enough. So that we don't have to do anything with our love other than just really be fully present with our love and allow it to live through us. Then very intelligently, wisely, it moves into the perfect place of expression. So for me, loving is a movement of feeling more and more home. I love this word home. It's like resting in a home space where you feel safe, you feel warm, you feel connected, you feel bright, you feel enlivened. It's like you've dropped everything that's not home. And all the things that you may have dropped, you've also brought them home too. It's like you've pulled in all these different fragments of us, and the scattered thoughts and emotions and memories and futures and possibilities. Everything's gathered into presence and absorbed into here, absorbed into home. And the heart integrates everything. So this deep invitation to all of us is to really fully come home to here. Just relaxing here, being here. Listening from here and responding from here. And all of these dynamics inspire the people around us because they can see in the mirror that you're reflecting themselves. We're made in the image of love, It's not so much we're even made in the image, we're made from the essence of love. We're this living, dynamic, vibrating, bubbling, enlivening, tingling, joyful, delightful essence of love, him, herself. And this is us, this belongs to us. This is our roots, our foundation, it's our core. So like dropping everything that's not that, not believing that, that's I don't deserve, or I'm not worthy, or I can't allow, or this is too good, or all these thoughts that are distracting us from just simply being here, home, ourselves, dropping them, making being love more interesting than all of that noise. And the more you make love more interesting, the more love appears in your experience, expression, communication, relationships, everywhere. So for me, this is the secret of sustainable love, is to be love as a sustainable presence, and to keep dropping back into that love, coming home to that love if you move away from that presence. To have this kind of rebound, elastic band experience. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, until eventually it's like it settles and it's like, no, I'm just this. You just remain just this, just as the real, the true, as you. So big blessings on all of us, and happy remindings, and wishing the greatest delight on this unveiling love, movement, expression, sustainable flow that we all are.